good morning. Pastor Steve here. Galatians 6 through 10 says, "Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teaches in all good things. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap. He that sows to the flesh will of the flesh reap corruption, but he that sows to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. Let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them that are of the household of faith." It's kind of an awkward passage for a pastor, but it's necessary as well. First of all, pastors are not to be hirelings. He said, don't sow to the flesh up here. Not to be hirelings, not to be in it for the money. But those who feed you, those who teach you, have a right to an expectation that you'll help them out, take them care of them along the way. He speaks here even of financial obligations. A church plant, by and large, is going to succeed because man, woman are out there working hard, making a living so that they can do the work of the church. Paul gets that. Paul did that. Martin Luther, however, said this. He said, "I have often wondered why all the apostles reiterated this request with such embarrassing frequency. When Satan cannot suppress the preaching of the gospel by force, he tries to accomplish his purpose by striking the ministers of the gospel with poverty." Whoa. Pastoring is a noble calling. The Bible isn't saying you got to pay your pastor more than anyone else or whatever, but he's saying he's worthy of it. It's a high calling. There are churches so small we can't pay a pastor. Personally, I've been called to small churches, and God has always blessed us and with generous and kind people around us. I learned from my dad and mom, if God guides, he will provide. I would do this job for nothing, and I think that's the heart we need to have. But I'm also thankful that the people that I serve look to take care of us and meet our needs as best they can. Statistics say that 70% of pastors feel grossly underpaid. I think it's a wrong expectation of ministry, perhaps. But it's a real-world problem because 90% of pastors say that they're overworked. And then they have to hear on Sunday, "Boy, it must be nice to have a job. You only work one day a week." But I am blessed to have saints who lift the load and do the work of the ministry alongside of me. But because of the danger that was brought in by legalists, Paul's work hadn't been rewarded. And he's saying to them, and I think maybe reminding him, don't be weary in doing what's right, because at the right time and due season you will reap if you don't faint. Boy, I am blessed. I have a question. How do you say good job to your ministry team? How do you encourage and uplift and uphold and support the people that minister to you? I'm asking you that and asking you to ponder that, Pastor Steve.